ever. Oh, you like even see a better show? Join me backstage. I want to know who I'm talking to. It's Augie T's guest list. Jay, what's up, man?
Okay.
Ready?
Episode 2, baby. Augie T's guest list.
Who we got?
Well, this week on the show, we have President and General Manager of Aloun Farms, Mr. Alec Sou. You know that guy.
Yeah, I was at his farm a couple weeks ago, and I'm really excited about this interview. If you guys didn't know, Jason, longtime journalist, newspaper, lecturer, HPU. I'm Augie. Let's go.
All right, let's see. Hey, Junior boy, our security. Hey, Alec. Let him in, let him in.
What's up, Alec?
There he is.
How's it? How are you?
Good to see you.
How are you?
Alec, thanks for coming on.
Sit down, man. Sit
Dude, I
down.
was so impressed on the different levels of like farming, you know, like the Filipino in me really came out. Like I was like automatically started calling my cousin, hey, you should think about going to Aloun Farms. But like not only that, the fact that we have the possibility of growing enough food so we're sustainable and not importing so much, right? That's what got me really excited. Even when you talked about like fixing the machines, I started calling you each engineering department, like you think you can get somebody to come and help us out? So I wanted to have this conversation with you because I think the people watching, you get a lot to offer.
But before we get there,
Yeah.
we got to do the disclaimer.
Okay.
All statements made on this TV show are personal opinions and are not official endorsements by the city and county of Honolulu.
Thank you, Jason.
All right.
Well stated.
So that first question, again, imagine a perfect world, because I'm part Filipino too. So
Yeah.
we have our garden at my house. It's our little patch of land that we're growing our food. What does the perfect Hawaii look like if we can create sustainable, large-scale farming, agricultural operations statewide? Because we're not there yet. But what would that look like if we were?
We're on it. We're on our way. Believe it or not, there's a lot of large entity that's coming in ag, and the focus has been never more exciting. I think when we talk about you visiting, and some of my staff say, "Man, boss, we got to take 2 hours off and show this guy around." At the end of that visit, and the response from your staff, our team felt that was the best thing we could do. The fact that 2 hours got you so excited about just the whole process of what we do every day, from farming to various activity on farm, bringing new equipment for packing and getting all through the logistical web that we have to do from different islands and moving product A to Z, and getting to consumer, and then customer calling and yelling, saying, "Hey, things didn't arrive." All of that, it's all part of a full effort. We're vertically integrated from farming to, I would say, post-harvest handling, packing. Everything we do. It's 3 companies now, of, as you saw, over 250 people. But every day we're trying to deliver the freshest quality produce. And I think that passion, what you saw, that window of passion, got you that excited, man. We got.
Look, I think that's why
we got to take our time to invite.
Everybody, every lawmaker, anybody that
people in decision making to come out.
Exactly, and that's the reason why I love doing this show, because I'm hoping that some of the stuff that we talk about will stick, and then people go, "Wow, I never know that," and we can make that connection, because I think it's so important. Next week who we get next week? Chad Buck. We're going to talk about what would happen if there's a natural disaster. How do we take care, the people here in our islands if something like that happens? So I was super excited, not only because I saw how onion was grown, but the different levels and maybe what going to take to get us there faster. I think that's something.
I think you bring up a really good point, is that you got your feet on the ground at the farm, and that's what changes people's attitudes, is actually experiencing things. We're going to talk more about sustainability with President and General Manager Alec Sou of Aloun Farms. That's coming up right up after this break here on Augie T's guest list. Stick around.
Welcome back to the guest list. Jason, Alec from Aloun Farm.
We're having fun talking about farming.
Yeah.
Hey, the Filipino in us gets excited about. I know though, but you know,
I didn't know he was
hope.
Filipino.
Yeah, he is.
I'm a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. Genegabus is a Filipino name.
Yeah.
The question that I have, though, right? We were talking about earlier. We're working our way there. You're a locally owned, family-run company. Your dad started the company. You and your brother run it now. It's gone from one company to now 3, separate operations. The work is not done yet, though.
It's not done.
As you continue here in 2023, where are you finding support? Are you finding support at the Capitol when you go and talk to our lawmakers? Are they hearing what you have to say?
Generally, we do get fortunately we get the attention, but the message, I think we even ourselves, we constantly figuring out how to craft that message to deliver more precise and what is it we're getting to.
Now, is that as a company or as an industry as a whole?
I think everybody in this industry, and there's so many different messages, but I think the important thing is finding out, defining where we want to get to. We're not going to be 100% sustainable.
Right.
Period. You can't produce apple here. You can't produce stone fruit, things that needs winter to freeze.
Okay.
But we can produce a lot more certain things.
What percentage do you think that we can get to? What is that target number? Do you think we can get to 85% sustainability? 80%? Is there a magic number?
I think we're sustainable now, but in terms of food ratio, it's one, we can produce certain product 100% not having to import.
Okay.
But we have to change the habit. Are we going to consume all that 100 product instead of, okay, I can give up apple, but I go eat more pineapple as of my fruit. If you define consumption as a habit and changing, you can hit a higher percentage.
Well, now do we turn to the government to get people in line, or do we hope that people are just going to change their behavior?
Well, I think what I saw in the last year, and I want to thank Alec there because his team invited me to like this culinary challenge and how kids, right, in high schools are using products that, we normally look at like, like I had kombucha. Dude, I don't eat kombucha, but do you remember the guy that made this cool kombucha dish? And what they did was, this challenge was, whatever we grow here, including protein, and these kids had to, So some of the stuff that I saw that I normally don't eat, I sat there and I thought, wow, can you imagine if everybody knew that we have
but here's my challenge, because I keep talking about it. Is it going to be we try to change people's behaviors, or do we, punish them into the behavior that you want? Because one of the ingredients I always hear about is ulu. We live in Hawaii, everybody can grow breadfruit, ulu, ulu, ulu. I'm not a big fan of ulu. What other types of ingredients can we grow locally so that people can start to change their behaviors?
We can grow, ulu is just the finished product itself. It's something you can produce quite a bit, but like you said, not everyone to consume that. But there are things like, I think taro is a much bigger potential.
Okay.
Just the processing alone of taro, not just the finish, the leaf or the root, but potentially on a larger scale, if we're able to produce taro flour, now you're talking about the next level of industry of food, manufacturing, processing, which Hawaii is an infancy of where we have so little understanding of processing, manufacturing, because we're tourism-based, military. Yes, we farm, but we only finish the final product, the fresh product. But once you break that industry of processing, that expands everything. The flour gets into every food manufacturing.
And that's everything from like education, right? Where kids, new people come in for new jobs.
You have a new industry there.
And this stuff
There's infrastructure that needs to
I saw at the farm, this is living wage pay.
Yes.
Like the new technology in farming is not the farming that you and I saw. Like I remember in high school, my dad would send me away to go pick pineapple. I'm like, I'm never gonna be a farmer, right? But when I got there, I was so excited because there's different levels, and if kids really, because we hear it, right? All these kids always talking about, we need to be sustainable, we need to love the planet. Well, part of that is like, if you really do, go learn about the different stages of, not just farming, but like producing, manufacturing, marketing. There's all those things that pays well, right, Alex?
Oh, absolutely. You're talking about government. I do want to say one thing about government. The there's certain policy and there's something that's in the work that's really good. I'm not one where you should be slapping, it doesn't work.
The stick doesn't
Yeah.
work.
The state policy of moving toward at least 30% of food locally grown into the food department education school lunch program, that's the first step. They're saying by 2030. Our challenge in industries is rather than 2030, let's government timeline. Private industry, let's
Rock
make
and
it
roll.
faster.
That's right.
Let's hit it before 2030. If they say 30%, let's hit 40%.
Gotcha.
That's our job as private industry. And once we have that goal, how can we get there? What are the policy that's going to restrict us?
Yep.
Let's work on those restrictions and make sure businesses can flow.
Thrive, yeah. And that's how we create a good, sustainable industry. Not just farming, right?
Sure.
Everything.
And
from
there's
producing.
big companies coming in. I mean, egg pharma coming in on a large scale. These are the company that invests in this project, the Wailo eggs.
Yeah.
They're, believe it or not, 10% of the U.S. eggs are produced by this company. They're not a small
They're
company.
not a small company, that's
So
for
once
sure.
some of these companies are coming in, I mean, they have their challenges, but the byproduct of the industry, the feed that they need, is incredible. Are we going to keep importing that, or should we?
That's what
should
we
we
gotta-
bring? Should we learn to produce
That's
some
what
of
we're going
that?
to talk about. It's not just the
Yeah.
farming, but there's more to
Yeah.
it than that. And we're going to get more into it with Alec Sou, the Vice President and General Manager of Aloun Farms, coming up next here on Augie T's Guest List. Hello, how's it? Welcome back to Augie T's Guest List. I'm Jason, that's Augie. We're talking story with Alec Sou, President and General Manager of Aloun Farms, and we're talking about farming. We've been having this great conversation, Alec, but the next question is, what do we do going forward? How
How do
can
we scale? Yeah. You know, one of the things that I was really excited about was like feed. When you was talking to me about feed and what it would take to like grow feed here so that we can help the farmers that doing the cattle, the chicken. Explain to the people that.
Well, industry-wide right now, there is, in Kauai, as we've been there in this past year now, the hog industry, the last hog farm closed down. There used to be a lot of hog and dairy in Waianae.
Yeah.
Now dairy is completely gone. The whole state used to have at least a dozen dairy 20-something years ago. Now there's only one that's operating. So all of the animal tree industry require feed. Our problem is we import 100% of feed. So we think us as people buying food, importing in,
It's expensive.
the animal are having to, if any industry in animal, they have to buy imported feed.
That's a dilemma because some people say, I want to support local, but then they go and they buy that Big Island beef or whatever that's been fed with feed from the continent its entire life.
Yeah.
Are you really buying local?
And then not
or
only
it's
that,
eating
but like,
mainland
you
feed?
have to consider like why the cost of living, right? We're
Yeah.
talking about being priced
Drives the
out of
price up.
paradise. Yeah. You showed me the breakdown. How much it cost, for them to cut, then then come over on a boat, then repackaged.
But yeah, we're not expert in the feed industry. We're in perishable produce.
Sure.
But having seen the related industry and also on our search for more grounds as Oahu is getting really populated, right? We've been looking at expanding Neighbor Island for years. So we looked at both Maui and Kauai, and we decided on Kauai. There are, in terms of resource, Hawaii has it. We have the land, we have the water.
So there's still untapped
There's
opportunities on the neighbor islands.
Yes, the infrastructure, the land is there, the resource is there, but the infrastructure is dying, it's deteriorating. So there's some investment that needs to go in. I mean, Kauai alone, the last sugar was ended 2007. The year 2000, they shut down some 36,000 acre of sugarcane land. All of that's still sitting fallow.
Right.
Water infrastructure is there,
That
but it's
could
not
make
being utilized.
Feed, right? What's the two big elements to creating feed?
Land and water.
Right. And corn and soybean, right?
Corn and soy. That's the main commodity. You do that, you can feed hogs, you can feed beef, you can do a feedlot.
Are we looking for private investment here? Is it public investment? Is it a public-private partnership?
I think it would have to be both. There's incentive. We have to, as government, maybe create incentive. But there are private industry we're looking in Hawaii. From a standpoint, it's happening all over the world. I mean, there's more consciousness about food security, sustainability now, due to what's happening in Ukraine, et cetera, right?
Can you imagine if, what Alex was saying, 20 hog farms?
Sure.
Right? Can you imagine? This is a whole new industry where kids can learn how to be butchers, right? And create food here that we grow and we manufacture. We're cutting the cost everywhere.
You have to feel like there's that opportunity there.
Yeah.
It sounds like in speaking with you that you feel there is this opportunity
I think there
for
is.
private business owners to go in and start these new operations. They can make money. It can be successful.
It can be. And it can be. And it serves as an incentive and a model, a success story, so that if anything, the newer generation come in and say, hey, there's something interesting about, farming a couple thousand acre. And I got, I'm driving a freaking John Deere, sorry to use that word,
Don't beep it
a
up.
400 horsepower John Deere that can rip the ground, and we're doing something incredible here that no one's done. I think we need to really expand that. Look at the wide spectrum of ag, and in food manufacturing is the next step.
Listen to the way he talks about it. It's getting all excited.
No, and the biggest thing is that we're fulfilling a need that needs to happen now.
Yeah.
Yep.
We talk about, we always look at people leaving Hawaii because of, look, if we can meet the need of cutting costs because we find a solution with just farming, produce, all those things, maybe, just maybe, right?
Just going to have that positive attitude.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Alec Sou, he's the president and general manager of Aloun Farms. We're wrapping up our conversation with him, but before we're done, we have our hard-hitting, out-of-the-box question. We're going to come back with that out-of-the-box question next, right here on Augie T's Guest List. Welcome back to Augie T's Guest List. There's Augie, I'm Jason. Alec Sou from Aloun Farms is here. It's time for the out-of-the-box question.
When are we going to actually get unboxed?
We're working on it.
All right, it should be out of the draw question.
No, it's a very hard question here, Alec. Get ready.
Alec, you had 3 yes. You get 3 yeses for anything. What would be your 3 yeses?
What is your yes list?
Yeah.
Right now.
Like right now.
1 yes, rather than a negative, maybe positive.
Okay.
The State Department of Ag budget, the state budget is $20 billion. Department of Ag gets less than 0.5%. My yes is we should take it to 1%.
Okay.
And that's not unreasonable.
No.
1%.
Why
That's
not?
a fair
Only
ask.
1% is all we ask.
Are we having the governor here?
We're under-resourced.
Well, we got to get a magic wand.
Are we the
We're
governor?
working on it.
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
we got to get
I'll
past
ask
the
him
Rock
about the 1%.
and Jason Momoa
Okay,
first
you get 2 more yes.
Another yes, man, if everyone that comes to the farm is exciting as you, I'll do that every day.
Awesome.
That'll
Okay.
be a second.
You know
yes.
what? People can come and tour Aloun Farms, right, if they wanted to?
We'll have to schedule it.
Okay. All
It's
right.
kind of a yes.
Yeah, it's kind of a yes.
It's a yes.
But you guys do, you guys do the Sweet Onion Festival. You guys do the pumpkin.
That's true. There's a lot of opportunities
Yeah.
to go and visit the farm.
And you guys do some good things at those fairs, like, how to do home gardening. I think couple of weeks ago, there are chefs that was making food that was growing
We
here.
did the Eva Festival this year.
That's right.
We brought it back.
That's right.
And we had a lot of cooking demonstrations.
Yeah.
And that was a hit.
That's what you need for townies like me. I don't like to go past Salt Lake, but if I know I'm going out to Aloun Farm for some fun.
Yeah, the rail is running now.
Well, there we
You
go.
don't have
I just
to
gotta go to the
drive.
stadium.
The rail is running. It's right over the pumpkin fest ground. And in fact, whole
Come
PV
right
Station.
Hey, we need help. Come on, get on the rail.
down there. Jump
Okay.
on the
This October, the whole Peely Station is going to be open.
Oh,
We're going to have a
perfect.
hayride
There you go.
wagon picking people up.
Really? Oh, that's even better.
We got Halloween
You get
plans.
off on new technology, you go on old technology. Perfect. Okay, your third yes.
Third yes.
You know, third yes, I wish I had more kids.
Oh, see.
Now,
As
is
a-
that a practical reason
Right.
because you need help with the farm?
I know, wife looking up. I'm ready. Whenever you like, I'm ready, Alec.
But it's really, I mean, all farmers got to have more kids.
Of course.
I dreamt of 5, end up with 1. Man, it's practical.
Need some help.
I need some
We
help.
appreciate you being here. Hopefully, a lot of people are educated about farming here in Hawaii. And when we get governor here, we ask him about the 1%.
We will follow up on that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get that yes.
Alec, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you coming. Honestly, thank you so much for what you do.
Appreciate
Thanks.
you, Mr. Sou. So that's
Thank
it for
you.
this episode of Augie T's Guest List. Who's next week?
Are we The Rock yet?
Kimo.
I'll be back.
Momo, who we get?
Jason, stay outside. No.
Who we got?
I don't know. Who we get? We get Chad Buck.
Oh, nice.
Chad Buck, if you know that TV show Kuleana,
Yeah.
we're going to talk to him about that
Yeah,
show and
it's
about
good.
a bunch of fun stuff.
Yeah, about what could happen if there's a natural disaster.
Exactly.
I hate. We'll talk to Chad Buck next.
That's next week, right here on Augie T's Guest List. Catch you then.